your members is because you want to avail of some sort of financial transformation. The financial transformation so that you can achieve, certain goals and dreams in life that you want to achieve. And that's something, and that's the reason why I became members at Yoli. Now, unfortunately, in order for us to achieve our goals and dreams in life, especially in Yoli, we can't do it by ourselves. We're gonna need a team of people. You're gonna have to leverage people that are more experienced than us, that are more knowledgeable than us, that have some time, to be able to help us. We can't do it by ourselves. Basically, we're gonna need the right members, and we're gonna need a stable foundation of members. I mean, customers, in order to help us get the results that we're looking for, as far as rank advancement and the financial transformation, and ultimately the dream life that we're looking for. So, hopefully, by sharing this funnel, we can use this as a way to help identify the right members, and also build and attract and basically keep them customers in order for us to sustain the growth of this business. So once we establish the team, it's nice if everybody gets to buy into one system in order to get to where we need to get to. Fortunately, Yoli has created, systems, tools in place that we can leverage so that we can all buy into and actually use, so that we can all get to where we need to get to. For example, on the physical transformation side, Yoli has created the Better Body System. If you follow the system, right, we can pretty much guarantee success. In the years that I've been in Yoli, the last 4 or 5 years, there's just so many amazing transformation stories, so many testimonials that are unquestionable. And the reason why is because, fortunately, we have amazing products that work, and also we have a system set in place that they can follow. It's so simple, it's so easy, it's so duplicable. Now, if you follow the system, we can pretty much guarantee success. You can see all the transformation stories. There's so many of them. Now, if you don't follow the system, like you change the meal plan, the meal day to a protein day, or you do cheat days every Wednesday of every week, I can't guarantee success, right? So in the business side, fortunately, we also have a system. We have a system set in place. Now, Kathy and I have been talking, and we talked about how come some of the members aren't doing what they need to do. And I feel like it's all about clarity. Because on the transformation, on the physical transformation side, everybody knows what they need to do so they can motivate themselves to achieve the physical transformation that they're looking for. I think as leaders, as sponsors, we have a responsibility to also, if we want our members to motivate themselves to do what they need to do, we need to give them clarity on what they need to do. And this is where the business system kind of comes into play. If we can show them what the business system looks like, and show them how simple, how duplicable it is, and everybody as a group buys into this system, then we can pretty much achieve, I can guarantee success, pretty much, because it's proven already. The top leaders, understand what the system is all about. They follow it. They get their teams to actually understand the system. They duplicate the system. They trust it blindly, right? And then they do it together. Now, what does this system look like? This is what the funnel is. We have a business system, and we call it the Yoli funnel. So if somebody can actually put in the Yoli funnel up on the screen, I'm gonna get into the Yoli funnel. Perfect. Can everybody see this? So basically, this is what our system looks like. So when we have, in my organization, if we have new members coming in, automatically, before they do anything else, we let them know, look, we have a system set in place. Just like when you get preferred customers in, what's the first thing you do? You teach them the Better Body System. They have clarity, they understand what needs to be done, and they follow it. Great. Now, the business side, not everybody actually, shows this, right? I think it's very important before you can actually get people to do it. People aren't doing what they're doing because they don't know what to do. People don't know what to do with a business. They join a business and they go, okay, I'm a business, now what do I do? So I think it's important in our organization, if somebody comes in as a member, we automatically, the first thing we do is we let them know, look, in the business side of Yoli, we also have a system if you're interested in doing the business. So this is how we explain the system, the funnel. I'll explain it the way I'm explaining it to a brand new member, and hopefully this makes sense to you. All right. So in the beginning, when we all first started as a member, there's few things that we needed to do. Is we wanted to invite somebody. You know, I feel like there's a, you don't have to be an expert in Yoli, right? You don't have to understand, you know, the ins and outs of the products. You don't have to be good at public speaking. But I do think the one thing that you need to be good at, the one skill that you need to be good at, and actually world class at, as I think, is inviting. Because if without the proper invite, you know, there's no way to get your people, to get your friends and family to actually see a BBP, right? So anyway, I think inviting is important. So when we first started as a member, obviously we show them how to invite, we teach them how to invite, you know, we teach them the skill of inviting. We want them to be good at it. And then once you invite somebody, you're going to invite your, you know, it says on the funnel here, prospects. You know, I want to change that. We got to change that somewhere, because, you know, what we're trying to do here, Yoli, is we want to change the, you know, the industry, the concept of network marketing. Everybody has a negative connotation what network marketing looks like. I mean, is all about, is because of the certain words that we use. Prospects, I don't like using prospects. We should change this. I've been wanting to change this forever, to how about we say friends and family. Because imagine going to a relative like a sister, goes, by the way, you're my prospect, I need you to come here. It just doesn't sound right, right? So let's change that to friends and family. So what happens is you're a new member, you invite your friends, your family, your close relative, and you bring them into what we call the Yoli funnel. So they come into the funnel, and the first thing that they do is we expose them to what we call a BBP, which is a better body presentation. That's the system. Believe it or not, some members, right, they actually don't do a BBP. They just actually talk about the products and give the products to the, you know, explain the products themselves, give it to the customers, the customer uses it, and there was no BBP done. I mean, like I said earlier, you know, this is our system. If you don't follow the system, I can't guarantee success. And most of the time, we know people that, you know, they say, you know what, just give me the products. I don't need to do a BBP. And they, you know, they do that, you know, they give in to the customers. They never really expose them to a proper BBP. And more often than not, their business does not grow. And they wonder why their business isn't growing the way it needs to grow. So we need to have a BBP. And in the BBP itself, there's actually a system within the BBP. We play 3 videos, right? The better body presentation video, the pH demo video, or the Alkalite Explain video, because that video talks about what sets Yoli apart. And then we share stories, which is part of the BBP. And also the next step video is the last video that we play. Believe it or not, I've been to BBPs where they don't even play the next step video. And they wonder why they're not actually getting members. They're always getting customers. I feel like the reason why they're not playing the next step video is because they're kind of like embarrassed to talk about the business side. Or they're kind of like, they're not sure that the industry of network marketing will work, right? Because they don't have belief in the industry. Well, you know, this is an attraction marketing business. You're going to attract people in your business based on your belief. Now, if you portray those beliefs, like this might not work, the business side might not work, or you're embarrassed to share the business opportunity, then, you know, how do you expect your business to grow? But, you know, by not sharing the next step video, I think what's happening is you're depriving your friends and family who might be looking for an opportunity. You're prejudging them, right? So don't do that. So basically what I'm saying is we do the BBP. We follow the steps, we show the same videos, and it's important. Now, after the BBP, your friends and family or your guests will make a decision whether they're going to be a customer, or whether they're going to be a member, or whether they're not ready. A member is basically, you know, a number 1. And if you look at the funnel, I don't know if you can see it, if you can blow it up, you follow the pathway towards the left of the slide where it says member, right? And, you know, if they decide you want to become a customer, they follow the pathway that goes straight down the middle. That's for customers. And if they're not ready at that time, then they follow the pathway that goes to the number 3, which is to the right side of the funnel, which is basically, you know, the follow-up pathway. So let me start first with with actually the pathway that talks about the customers. I feel like the customers, if you want to build a solid a solid business, a business that's sustainable over a period of time, you're going to need a foundation of customers. I truly believe that customers is the key to building this business long term, not just short term, but long term. And sustainable meaning you're getting paid over an extended period of time if you have a stable foundation of customers. So customers is important. You've heard Robbie Fender talk about or mention that the goal of every business is basically one thing, which is attracting and retaining customers. If you want to increase your volume, the best way to do that is to actually enroll customers, right? Customers are important. Just because they're their customers doesn't necessarily mean that they can't refer other members or their friends and family, right? The difference between a customer and a member, I feel like, is the difference is primarily their initial product purchase, right? A member either purchases a party pack or a Diamond Elite pack, and a customer either purchases a transformation kit or anything below that, maybe individual products. But after the first 30 days, once a member has gone through the 30 days, they go through an auto ship, and basically what happens is, for the most part, the members goes on a 100 PV auto ship or a 50 PV auto ship, the same as a customer. So that's what's the difference between a member and a customer. There's no difference. They're all on the same 50 PV or 100 PV auto ship. Now, just because they're a customer doesn't mean that they can't refer people to you. I love customers because they don't have no hidden agenda. When people ask them what happened to them, it's easy for them to share it because they have no hidden. They just want to use the products. They feel happy about it and they're excited to share. And they'll share because they don't feel like I'm sharing because I need something from you. It comes naturally. So I love customers. Another thing about customers is, imagine if you have a lot of customers, you have an endless stream of referrals because you have walking billboards out there. Imagine if you have like 10 customers and they all lost weight, somebody's always going to ask them what happened to you, right? And guess what happens, right? When they say what happens, what happened to you, then they can refer those people to you and you do the work for them. So I love customers. So how do we apply this in practical terms, objectively, to our Yoli business, having customers, right? So let's do it this way. When you're a member, you have access to your back office, right? And in your back office, you have access to a lot of downline reports. I'm going to go slow here. I'm going to talk a little bit about numbers because I need you to understand. Now, for those of you that don't like numbers, that's okay. I just need you to follow and understand the concept behind this, okay? So the goal basically is to have enough foundation, a solid foundation of customers, so that over an extended period of time, you can sustain, for example, the rank that you've been trying to achieve, the volume that you're trying to get to, for example, Diamond, or maybe Blue Diamond or above, or even just car qualification. So how are we going to do this in terms of our Yoli business? So like I said, you have access to a lot of reports on your back office. On the downline report tab, you have access to one report which I'm going to talk about. It's called the projected auto ship report. Are you guys familiar with this report? Now, for those of you that are not familiar with this report, it's called the projected auto ship report. You can find this on your downline report tab. What basically this is within a commission week, Yoli lets us know basically how many auto ships from a combination of members or PCs are going to be processed in this particular week. So, for example, for this commission week, if you look in your back office and you look for the projected auto ship report, you're going to see a number, a volume on the left side or the right side that tells you pretty much how many customers and members auto ship are actually going to process this week. And when that processes, that goes up to your binary. So for example, on your left leg, you have 40 customers. Let's just say just customers, not even members. Just this week, you don't have members whose auto ship kicks in, just customers. You have 40 customers, for example, whose auto ship will process this week. Now, 40 customers, and I want to keep this a minimum number. For example, 40 customers just on 50 PV volume that they're ordering every month for these 40 customers. So each customer is ordering 50 PV. So that's about 2 bottles of alkaline or something, right? Now, let's say your goal is car qualification. You wanna get car qualified, and the trick is once you car qualify, the challenge now is how do I sustain car qualification? Because car qualification basically is Yoli will give you $600 every month as long as you're maintaining car qualification numbers every month for the next 10 years. So that's the challenge. Yes, we can all hit car qualification, but how to maintain it? Here's one way to maintain it for the next 10 years. Have a solid foundation of customers. Here's what I'm looking at. So we have 40 customers. Let's say just 40 customers this week. Now, bear in mind, these are 40 customers that you yourself didn't bring in. Maybe you brought in 5, but the other 35 was brought in by your whole team, right? This is a group effort, right? People under you, members and customers as well were referred, brought in customers themselves. So these are 40 customers that were brought in together by the group, meaning your personal enrolled tree leg volume, basically your group. So does everybody follow? Okay, so let's say 40 customers all on 40 PV. When you multiply that, 50 times 40, that's about 2,000 group volume. Now, if your goal is just to maintain car qualification and 5-star gold, the requirement for that is basically 2,000 on the left minimum and 2,000 on the right minimum. So if you let's say you didn't even enroll a member or a customer this week, but you have a foundation of customers, these 40 customers on the left and on the right that order products every month, and translates to every year for the rest of your life, then guess what? You're sustaining your volume. So if, for example, you have 40 customers on 50 volume alone, right? And in 1 week, they produce 2,000 on the left and 2,000 on the right, there's your residual volume right there. You don't even have to do anything, and you have those volumes coming into you. Now let's translate that even further. Let's say you have 3 members on your left leg, 3 members on your right leg, and they duplicate the same thing. They bring in a stable foundation of customers. They do that. They attract them. They retain their customers. And you get 3 members on the left leg who are doing the same thing, that are car qualified. So, and 3 members on the right leg who are car qualified, and you want to hit diamond. This is how you do it. This is how you sustain diamond volumes for a while, for a long period of time, right? Because obviously, if you're sustaining car qualification by doing this, you're going to sustain diamond the same way. So the volume that comes in for car qualification by one person, by one team, is 2,000 on the left, 2,000 on the right. Combined volume, that's 4,000. So if you have 3 members on the left and 3 members on the right that are car qualified consistently every week, 3 times 4, that's 12,000 on the left, 12,000 on the right. Then guess what? By default, you're hitting diamond volumes, which is just 10,000 and 10,000. You see what I mean? And this is just with an example of just preferred customers. What if you want to bring this a step further? You want to hit blue diamond. Then here's what you do. Blue diamond is basically 30,000 on the left, 30,000 on the right volume, right? If you have like 3 people on the left that are diamond, and the reason how they got diamond is by duplicating the 5-star golden car qualification in their organization. 3 diamonds producing 10,000 a week on the left side, 3 diamonds producing 10,000 a week on the right side. That's 30,000. You're blue diamond, and you can sustain this. So basically, that's do you guys see this? It's an example that I'm kind of sharing with you, right? As far as the importance of customers. So now we have that. So now the question is, okay, Mel, great, we have customers, but the problem is, how do we maintain the customers? How do we retain them? So fortunately, we have a system set in place that allows us to do that. And this is where the funnel comes in. Obviously, there's different ways to retain and sustain your customers for life, right? One thing is we have amazing products, right? And you know what? And this is another topic as far as how do we retain customers. I don't want to get into that because we're going to go long on this call. I will just focus on the funnel, right? But the way this funnel is designed, the pathway towards a customer is designed to actually help and retain your customers So the first thing here on the funnel is like, I don't know what it says here. I'm gonna blow this up. So once they, do a BBP, they decide they want to become a customer. They're a 2. They follow the number 2 pathway. So what do? We get them on a 30-day kit, right? Show them how it works. Show them what the system is all about. Teach them the system of the Better Body system. Obviously we play the videos, the 30-day transformation videos, real people, real results, the Alkaline Explain video as a review. And here's the most important thing. The next part of the pathway here is we need to follow up on our customers within 24 to 48 hours of them signing up. I have a dental office. This is no different than any traditional business if you're in a customer service-oriented business. After, for those of you that don't know, my background is in dentistry. I'm a dentist by profession, but I'm retired now. I'm not doing dentistry anymore. But when I was doing dentistry, this is what happens. After I treat our patient every day, right before we close up shop, the first thing we do is we call every single patient that night and ask them, how are you doing? And we follow that up until the second day. What's the difference in your Yoli business? It's exactly the same thing, right? Because the first 2 days on the Better Body system, I don't know if you agree with me, is the hardest. It's the most challenging because you're changing lifestyle. It's a simple system, but because it's a lifestyle system and changing lifestyle system, a lifestyle is the hardest. So the first 2 days on the system is the hardest. So imagine you get your customer in there, you call them after 1 or 2 days and basically ask them, how are you doing? That's huge. That shows your customers that you're in it. You really truly care about their success. Unlike any other companies, like they sell you the products, right? And say, congratulations, move on, right? We tell everybody in our organization, when they get on the box, they just don't get the box. We come with the box. Like I'm sure you've heard this before. So the first 24, 48 hours is huge as far as, creating that sense of trust, between you and that customer, letting them know that you're in it with them for the long haul. You're not going to leave them, right? And then the next step on the pathway is after the 7 days, you follow up. It's part of the system, because on the 7th day, they're probably having some sort of success already. You want to celebrate with them. And at this time, most likely people are already asking, people are noticing what's going on, right? So you want to talk to them and let them know if you're excited. Oh, by the way, if somebody asks you, here's what you do. Keep it simple for them. Obviously if they're customers and somebody asks them, they don't want to present. They don't want to explain what it is, because that's doing the business already. They don't care for that, right? So if you have customers and somebody asks them on the 7th day what's going on, because they've seen an amazing, some sort of transformation already, here's what you tell your customers. You keep it simple. If somebody asks you, all you have to tell them is, what? If it's okay with you, is it okay if I have Mel call you and explain to you how this happened? He's responsible for this. He's the culprit. Have fun with this. Make it easy for them. Make it easy for them to, if somebody asks me, what do I do? Simple. Just tell them, what? Can I refer? Can I have Mel talk to you? And then we do the work as the sponsor. Now, after the 7-day follow-up, the system says we do a 25-day follow-ups. Before the actual 28 days, the system is done. More often than not, we have in our organization, we have a lot of customers that are already, wondering, what, people are asking me, and I'm sharing it already. Might as well do the business. So this is the time where you can actually talk to them, plant the seed about the opportunity side. Let them know that, thank you so much for referring, and you've been referring a lot, or they're thinking about referring already because they've had an amazing transformation. And what do we tell them? Maybe you might be interested in taking advantage of the opportunity as well, because since you're already sharing, you might as well just benefit not just from discounts on free products, but also of the the financial incentives or the trips if they're interested. So that's one way maybe to kind of transition them if they're thinking about it already. And most often than not, we get a lot of members from customers. right? And some of my top members are actually a customer to begin with, and I'm sure you've had the same experience with that. So this is the reason why we follow this program, because it keeps us in touch with our customers, you know. And the other most important thing about the 25th day follow-up is also because after 28 days, your customers are going to be hit with an auto ship, right? Now, in the beginning, they're all excited, and most of them will forget that they signed up for an auto ship. This is a good time for you to let them know, oh, by the way, in the next few days, you're going to be charged on your credit card, products that you chose to purchase to maintain what you work so hard for. So this basically, makes them aware that, there's no surprises for them. They don't get surprised, more often than not in our organization. And if this happens, customers call us and say, you know what's this charge on the credit card, right? Where did this come from? And at that time, it's too late to explain to them, right? Oh, by the way, you signed up for an auto ship. I didn't sign up for an auto ship, right? So on the 25th day, this is a good time for you to actually reach out to your customers again and let them know, make them aware that, by the way, this is what's going to happen. And that just tells them, look, you're really out there and cares, and you care about them. So that's great, right? So after the 28th day, if we continue on with the path, they're either going to continue as a customer, you get them back on a lifetime kit, and then you funnel them back into, and they cycle around, right? They continue on with the transformation kit. And you want to make sure that they stay on, and this is one way, just the personal attention to detail, just keeping in touch with them, I think is huge as far as, keeping your customers, right? So, and one thing about customers, ideally, right, and I told you, it doesn't have to be, when you do a BBP for your customers, and they understand the value of what we're offering as far as the health benefits of our products or what it can do for them. There's no reason when you do a BBP that your customers can't leave with at least one bottle of Alkalite or two. There's no reason, especially if they see the value. Ideally, we want our customers to come in on a ticket, ideally, right? But not everybody, has the funds, or, is not interested in losing weight. They don't see the value of the ticket, but, they can see that we can show them the value of coming on an Alkalite, like maintaining proper pH balance, right? Or, if they're interested in just the passion, right, we can give them passion. There's no reason why when you do a BBP and their customers, they don't leave without something, at least vitamins and minerals, the lean greens, and that's up to us to share that with them. Because it doesn't really matter if you have enough customers that are just on Alkalite, and I proved it to you in the last example, 40 customers just on Alkalite alone, right? That can be huge towards growing your business, right? So, okay, so that's basically the pathway for the customer. Now, if they decide they want to become members, right, then they follow the pathway to the left of this picture. Now, I use this pathway. Remember, in order to get to where we need to get to, yes, we need customers, but we need the right members. The good thing about Yoli is, you don't need a lot of members to achieve Blue Diamond ranking. You know what I mean by that? If you look at the qualifications for Blue Diamond, the minimum number of members that you need is 6. 6 members, 6 active members to get you to Blue Diamond. The rest can be customers, right? But you do need the right members. That's the key, right? So for me, when I'm building a business, I'm not so much, in a hurry to enroll customers just for the sake of members, just for the sake of enrolling members. Because we've done this before, like we've enrolled members and guess what happens? They don't really, they're not really doing what they need to do, right? Because in the beginning, they didn't have the proper mindset. They didn't have what it takes to become a member. I tell everybody, Yoli's for everybody as far as the products, but the business is not for everybody. You need a special breed of people in order to be the right members in Yoli, right? So we're going to use this pathway on the left to help me identify if you are the right member or not, right? So after the BBP, what does it say in our system? They come in on a party pack or a Diamond Elite pack. No mention of a ticket or individual products. Because believe it or not, right, And I'm telling you, if you follow the system, I can guarantee success. If you don't follow the system, I can't guarantee success. We have a lot of members that enroll members on less than a party pack. Now, technically, you can enroll everybody on anything. They don't even have to buy products. They can just buy the membership kit, and they can become a member. But if you truly are serious about building a business based on our experience, you want to put the right members in a position where they need to succeed. It's either a party pack or above, nothing less, for obvious reasons, right? You need inventory in place, and there's a lot of advantages there in coming in as a member on a party pack. There's skin in the game. Imagine, I mean, it's so easy to quit this business, right? Because it's so easy to get into. It's so cheap to get into, right? For example, if you invested in a $10,000 or $100,000 business, you won't quit as quickly because you spent all that money, right? You want to try at least harder and longer to get that return of investment back. But if you enroll a member on a transformation kit or anything less than that, and then they come to, they do a BBP and their best friend says no, or after doing a few BBPs, nobody signs up, they quit. Why? Because there's no skin in the game. A lot of advantages, So for us in our organization, at least, if you don't come in as a member on a party pack as a member, here's what I tell them. Maybe you're not ready to do the business. Why do we make you a customer first? That's what we do. We're not so much you want the right members into your business, right? Because once you find the right members, they know exactly what they want. They're in the right mindset. It's a lot easier to build this business because you don't have to force them to do anything. You don't have to force them to attend events. You don't have to force them to go on Zoom calls, right? Because they know they're the right members. They will just do. And it's a lot easier to build this business when you have the right members. So the first step here on the pathway is, for me, is a clue, right? On the BBS video, right? When Robbie Fender talks, is on the next step video, and he said, if you're a 1, you either enroll in a party pack or a diamond elite pack. No mention of a ticket. It doesn't make sense, right? Even the Robbie saying, if you want to become a member, diamond party pack or diamond elite pack, right? Now, if they're not willing to invest on on a party pack at least, then we tell them, you know what, maybe you why don't you become a customer first? Why you transform first? Now, as we follow the path, here's another clue, whether you're the right member or not for me, right? It says here, when you purchase a party pack or a diamond elite pack, the next step down the pathway 1 is you do an FTT. On our system, the FTT is done within 24 to 48 hours of signing up. FTT is done within 24 to 48 hours of signing up. We let them know when they first enroll as a member. Now, if they say, you know what, 24, 48 hours, you know what, no, you know what, it's too soon. Let me transform first, let me do first. Right there, they're telling me, you know what, they don't have a sense of urgency to build this. They might not be the right members right now. So I tell them, you know what, we have a system set in place. And if you're a member, I want to put you in a position to succeed. And in our system says within signing up as a member, in order for you to succeed, you need to sit down with me and we need to do an FTT within 24 to 48 hours. If they budge, if they say no, I'd let them know, maybe you're not ready for the business right now. Why don't you become a customer and transform first? Because you experience this, right? The right members, when they tell you when you tell them 24, 48 hours, they're there. I mean, no questions asked. You have the right members right there, right? So after FTT, the goal is basically, it says right here, the getting started, finding out what their why is, teaching them how to host a BBP, talk about the products and all that. But ultimately, the reason why you want to do an FTT and is basically to schedule 3 BBPs for them, which is the next step in the system on the pathway of number 1. In our system, it says 3 BBPs within 7 to 10 days of signing up. That's our system. Now, I let them know that, and they say, you know what? 7 to 10 days, this is a 28-day program. can I transform first before I actually throw a BBP? Right? Because my friends need to see this, right? They need to see results. And I tell them, you know what? That's not our system. If you really want to succeed, we have to follow the system. The system says, within 7 to 10 days of signing up, you have to schedule 3 BBPs. It's possible in our system because, as you guys all know, right? When you get on the BBS and you follow it, you follow the system, you're gonna get some sort of results, right? And the members that understand this, the right members, they understand this, right? We let them know you're gonna get some sort of results. 4 pounds, some sort of transformation already, and sometimes that's enough, right? This is an attraction marketing business. The first people that you want to invite to your BBP are the people that you trust. And what do I mean by trust? It's complete trust. It's people that trust you, that will believe in you regardless if they see a transformation in you or not. The fact that you're sharing with them a blessing and you feel like they need this too, you want the same things in life, and you found the answer to what it is that you both are looking for, that should be enough to invite them to a BBP and get them to come to a BBP without a transformation. Now, obviously sometimes stories are important. Transformation stories are important. What we tell our members, right? It's okay, throw the BBP within 7 to 10 days. And the way our system works, we have 3 BBPs. The first BBP is we do everything for you, which means that you can leverage our stories for now while you're working on your transformation story. So there's no reason why, we can't, the right members can't throw 3 BBPs within 7 to 10 days of signing up. And the people that actually follow this, we've experienced amazing results, right? So these are some of the clues that I'm looking for, and I leverage the funnel and I use the system to kind of give clarity to the members, and so that they know whether this is the right business for them or not, right? It's our responsibility when we sign them up as members, we put them in a position to succeed. And for me, I let them know right off the bat, if you're gonna be a member, this is what's expected of you. If they're not overwhelmed by it, if they're okay with it and they're ready for the challenge, then most often than not, I think you found the right member. But we need to do this. So anyway, once they do the BBP, they schedule the BBPs, they invite. What happens is they invite and then they bring their friends and family back into the funnel. So, I don't know where we are with time. I think I spoke too much already, but there's actually a third pathway. And that's for a different topic. We can do the follow-up topic at a different time. Kathy, I think that's enough for now. That's
Thank you, Mel. Thank you. You're late for this call, so I want you to get on the call. So, thank you very much. God bless you.
I hope it helps. Okay, thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, let Kathy know. And I know I threw out a lot of information there for you. If you need clarification on what I said, don't hesitate to reach out and get clarity on that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you.
All right. God bless you. Thank you so much. See you, okay. Mel. Okay. Sure. He has to get on another call. You guys, Mel's going to the Philippines, as well as our own Dr. Stukel will be in the Philippines. So there's a huge training over there on the 29th. If you guys know anybody over there, we'll just scoop them up and get them it's called a major BBP, not a major BBP, a super BBP. And all the Blue Diamonds are going over, and they actually, Sky and Ben had 14 people that bought tickets to go to that. And there was from one little 70-year-old woman right here in the United States. She contacted her family over in the Philippines, and so far there's 14 people, but she told Ben, Dr. Ben, I can get 40 people there. I know I can. You come to the Philippines. So Ben is flying to the Philippines. God bless him. I'm so thankful. And if there's anybody, and they assured me, I said, you guys, I'm afraid it's going to be sold out and Ben's people aren't going to be able to get in there. And he goes, whoever Ben brings, we'll find room for them. So Ben would, I'm sure, would stretch that out to all of you. If you guys have people, it's on the 29th, and he's going to stay there all through Sunday, the next day as well. So the people that sign up on the 29th we'll be able to get some kind of training on the 30th, which is a Sunday, and Ben's not coming home till Monday. So it's, you know, I just commend him for going. What a leader we have, and I'm so thankful for Dr. Stuckel and Sky. I'm just so thankful. But you guys, for our winner for last week was for the $100 voucher. She actually got $200. Did I talk about this last week? I can't remember. Jan Nixon. So yay, Jan Nixon! Yay, yay, yay! She's the $200 winner. I know that there's some people out there that you guys, we have time. So, and even the new people that you're bringing in, we have time. They've got till the end of the month to get the $100. If they're brand new, they've got the next 2 weeks. So if they're brand new, if not, we have another week left, right? Is that right, Susan? Another week for the people that, yeah, for those oldies that have been around a while. So get out there and get it done. Get to your back office, find out who is not commission qualified, give them a call. And yeah, 2 weeks. She says 2 weeks. We have to the 29th of right, the 29th of September. It goes, and then after that, after this week, if you still do it, you'll still get $50. So hey, $50 is $50. So anyway, another thing, Mexico is opened. So I have a feeling that one of us will be entering Mexico. So what I want you to do is, who are your friends? Who are your Hispanic friends in the United States? Because that's what they have, family in Mexico. So you guys, it's going crazy, and we can either watch it, we can either watch the wave, or we can be on the wave. Let's be on the wave. Let's get up on the wave and ride it, because it's going to be amazing. So thank you all for being on the call tonight. We went totally way over, and I apologize, but it was worth it just to have Mel do that for us. You guys, anything, I want to see pictures on the Blue Diamond page. I want to see reports. I want to see some action. So show me some action, all right, this next week. And chit chat, all right? I love you so much. We'll call you. I'll be on the call next week again. I'll have something special lined up. I promise it'll be good. So I love you all. Good night. We'll see you in a week. Mwah.